Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Elmwood Park Mayor and Council for March 21st, 2019 to order at 8 p.m.
Please.
Mayor on roll call, council members Balistrary,
Here.
Dombrowski,
Here.
Ingui. Here. Pellegrin.
Here.
Wetchler.
Here.
Council President Golubek.
Here.
Mayor Catamagna.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Can everyone please rise for a prayer and flag salute? Oh God our Father, we ask you to bless our meeting, which we entrust to your fatherly care and protection. Please remove all selfishness and prejudice from our hearts and implant therein keen sense of justice and a greater love for you and our neighbor. Guide us in our deliberations so that our decisions will always please you and bring you peace and happiness to our community. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Whereas Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of the State of New Jersey requires at the commencement of every meeting a statement of compliance be read by the presiding officer. Now therefore be advised that the meeting requirements for this meeting have been met by publishing a special meeting notice in the Record and the Herald News and by posting such a notice in the office of the Borough Clerk as well in a public place within the municipal building and notify interested citizens. Said the notice was posted on January 7, 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, this meeting is being videotaped and will be on Cablevision, Channel 77, on Mondays, 3 p.m., Thursdays at 11:30 a.m., and Fridays at 10 a.m. The video will also be available on the borough's website, www.elmwoodparknj.us. Okay.
Moving on, Mayor, under the approval of minutes this evening, we have the January 10th, 2019 work session minutes. We can have a motion.
May I have a motion for the minutes?
Second.
Call the roll.
Mayor Wetchler, second by Ingrid. Balistrary.
Yes.
Dombrowski.
Yes.
Ingrid.
Yes.
Pellegrin.
Yes.
Wetchler.
Yes.
Golubek.
Yes.
Motion carries. Moving on to ordinances being introduced on second reading. Resolution R-110-19, reintroduced ordinance number 19-02 on second reading. Whereas a public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that ordinance entitled an ordinance to amend Chapter 3 of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park titled Department of Local Government, more specifically Section 2-27 entitled Police Department. And whereas said ordinance was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, February 21st, 2019, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance will be given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled an ordinance to amend Chapter 3 of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park titled Department of Local Government, more specifically Section 2-27 entitled Police Department, pass on final reading.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
I'll second.
First by Dombrowski, second by Golubek.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone from the public like to comment and speak on the ordinance for this ordinance only? If no one else wishes to be heard, I will close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor to close.
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt the ordinance?
So moved. Second.
Call the roll, please.
First by Wetchler, second by Pellegrin. Council members Balistrary,
Recuse.
Dombrowski,
Yes.
Ingrid,
Recuse.
Pellegrin,
Yes.
Wetchler,
Yes.
Golubek.
Yes.
Motion carries. Moving on to Resolution R-111-19, reintroduce ordinance number 19-04 on second reading, whereas a public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance to amend Chapter 2 of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park titled Administration, more specifically Article 2, Offices Created, Section 2-7 titled Municipal Clerk, and Section 2-7.5 titled Administrative Duties of the Municipal Clerk. And whereas said ordinance was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, February 21st, 2019, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting, and whereas all persons interested in said notice will be given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance to amend Chapter 2 of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park titled Administration, more specifically Article 2, Offices Created, Section 2-7 titled Municipal Clerk, and Section 2-7.5 titled Administrative Duties of the Municipal Clerk passed on final reading.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
So moved. Second.
First by Wexler, second by Valashari.
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Would anyone from the public like to come up and speak on this ordinance and this ordinance only? If no one else wishes to be heard, I will close the public hearing. Can I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second.
First Dombrowski, second Pellegrin.
May I have a motion to adopt the ordinance?
So moved. Second.
Call the roll, please.
First Wexler, second Pellegrin. On roll call, Councilmembers Valashari.
Yes.
Dombrowski.
Yes.
Ingley.
Yes.
Pellegrin.
Yes.
Wexler.
Yes.
Golubek.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, moving on to resolutions. Resolution R-112-19, promotion to Sergeant Robert Stankowski. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that the following names be and is hereby appointed as Police Sergeant in the Police Department of the Borough of Elmwood Park effective March 21st, 2019 as follows. Robert Stankowski. Now therefore be it resolved that said appointment is in accordance with the New Jersey Civil Service Commission rules and regulations, and be it further resolved that said appointment is in accordance with the New Jersey Civil Service Commission rules and regulations, and be it further resolved that the above named is entitled to the salary compliant with the current PBI collective bargaining agreement as per agreement between the officials of the Elmwood Park PBI Local Number 185 and the Borough of Elmwood Park.
May I have a motion on the resolution?
So moved.
Second.
First by Pellegrin, second by Dombrowski. On roll call, council members Balistrary.
Recuse, and I want to mention that I will be recusing on these resolutions only because I have a family member working for the police department.
Councilmember Dombrowski.
Yes.
Ingui.
I also will be recusing on 1-1219 through 1-16-19 because I have a family member who works for the police department.
Pellegrin.
Yes.
Wexler.
Yes.
Council President Golubek.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution R-113-19, promotion to Sergeant Thomas Coaches. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that the following names be and hereby is appointed as Police Sergeant in the Police Department of the Borough of Elmwood Park effective March 21st, 2019 as follows. Thomas Coaches. Now therefore be it resolved that said appointment is in accordance with the New Jersey Civil Service Commission rules and regulations, and be it further resolved that the above named is entitled to the salary compliant with the current PBI collective bargaining agreement as per agreement between the officials of the Elmwood Park PBI Local Number 185 and the Borough of Elmwood Park.
May I have a motion on the resolution?
So moved.
I'll second.
Call the
First
roll,
by
please.
Wexler, second by Pellegrin. Council members Balistrary,
Recuse.
Dombrowski,
Yes.
Ingui,
Recuse.
Pellegrin,
Yes.
Wexler,
Yes.
Council President Golubek.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution R-114-19, promotion to Lieutenant Andrew Drang. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that the following named be and is hereby appointed as Police Lieutenant in the Police Department of the Borough of Elmwood Park effective March 21st, 2019 as follows. Andrew Drang. Now therefore be it resolved that said appointment is in accordance with the New Jersey Civil Service Commission rules and regulations, and be it further resolved that the above named is entitled to the salary compliant with the current PBA collective bargaining agreement as per agreement between the officials of the Elmwood Park PBA Local Number 185 and the Borough of Elmwood Park.
May I have a motion on the resolution?
So moved.
First by Dombrowski,
I'll second.
second by Golubek. Council members Ballastreary,
Recuse.
Dombrowski,
Yes.
Ingwe,
Recuse.
Pellegrin,
Yes.
Wetchler,
Yes.
Council President Golubek.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution R-115-19, promotion to Lieutenant Jeffrey Sudol. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that the following names be and is hereby appointed as Police Lieutenant in the Police Department of the Borough of Elmwood Park, effective March 21st, 2019, as follows: Jeffrey Sudol. Now therefore be it resolved that said appointment is in accordance with the New Jersey Civil Service Commission rules and regulations. And be it further resolved that the above named is entitled to the salary compliant with the current PBA collective bargaining agreement as per agreement between the officials of the Elmwood Park PBA Local Number 185 and the Borough of Elmwood Park.
May I have a motion on the resolution?
Second.
First by Wetchler, second by Pellegrin. Council
Call the
members
roll.
Ballastreary,
Recuse.
Dombrowski,
Yes.
Ingwe,
Recuse.
Pellegrin,
Yes.
Wetchler,
Yes.
Council President Golubek.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution R-116-19, promotion to Captain Michael Kasai. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that the following named be and is hereby appointed as Police Captain in the Police Department of the Borough of Elmwood Park, effective March 21st, 2019, as follows: Michael Kasai. Now therefore be it resolved that said appointment is in accordance with the New Jersey Civil Service Commission rules and regulations. And be it further resolved that the above named is entitled to the salary compliant with the current PBA collective bargaining agreement as per agreement between the officials of the Elmwood Park PBA Local Number 185 and the Borough of Elmwood Park.
May I have a motion on
So
the
moved.
resolution?
First by Dombrowski, second
Second.
by Pellegrin. On roll call, Ballastreary,
Recuse.
Dombrowski,
Yes.
Ingwe,
Recuse.
Pellegrin,
Yes.
Wetchler,
Yes.
Council President Golubek.
Yes.
Motion carries. At this time, I would like to ask our police chief to call in the Elmwood Park Honor Guard and Pipes and Drums, who will be escorting in our officers for their swearing-in ceremonies.
Everyone, please rise for the colors and the pipes and drums, please.
Aaron, the mics aren't working. Our personal mics work.
Mayor would like to invite you and Councilwoman Pellegrin as our police liaison down to the dais to administer the oaths of office for the swearing-in ceremonies. And will Officers Stankowski and Coaches please come up to the dais alongside their families to be sworn in as sergeants?
Everyone may be seated.
Wish this was vodka.
Yep. Just hold it until it screams.
There you
Probably, yeah, bad luck. Doesn't work.
Sure.
Works?
Good enough.
Please state your name.
I, Robert Sandowski,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will
that I will
support
support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey.
of the State of New Jersey,
That I will
that I will
bear true faith
bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
to the same,
and to the governments
to the governments
established
established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority
under the authority
of the people.
of the people,
That I will
that I will
faithfully,
faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform
perform
all the duty
all the duty
of the office of
of the office of
police sergeant
Sergeant,
according to the best
according to the best
of my ability.
of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, sir. Congratulations, Papa. Congratulations.
Now we're going to do two lieutenants.
Will Sergeant Strang and Sudol please come up to the dais alongside their families to be sworn in as lieutenants?
And then we're going to take a 5-minute break. And during that,
Please state your name. State your name.
Sergeant Andy
Do solemnly swear
Grant.
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
The United States
and the state of New Jersey.
and the state of New Jersey.
That I will bear
That I will bear
true faith
true faith
and allegiance
and
to the same
to the same,
and to the governments
and to the governments
established
established
in the United States
in the United States
and this state
and this state,
under the authority
under the
of
authority
the people.
of the people.
That I will
That I will
faithfully,
faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
justly
perform
perform
all the duties
all the duties
of the office of
of the office of
police lieutenant
police lieutenant,
according to the best
according to the best
of my ability.
of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys. You will.
Now, which is which? Do you have to sign? I left my pen.
hey, Mike. Mike.
Mr.
Kassan, you want a chair? Mr. Kassan, you want a chair?
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Ask Mike.
Will Officer Kasai please come up to the dais alongside his family to be sworn in as captain?
Please state your name.
Michael Desai,
Do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United
of
States
the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
the State of New Jersey,
that I will
that I will
bear true faith
bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same,
and to the governments
and to the government
established
established
in the United
in
States
the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
on the authority of the people,
and the authority of the people,
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform
perform
all the duties
the duties
of the office of
of the office of
police captain
police captain
according to the best
according to the best
of my ability.
of my ability.
So help me God.
I'll be God.
Congratulations.
Thank everyone for coming. It's a great honor. It's a great night for the Elmwood Park Police Department. We consider ourselves a family. These gentlemen here, they rose to the occasion. All 5 of them are hardworking, diligent. They do extra. They don't complain. They go above and beyond. They're at every function. They're giving back to this community for years. And these guys are a civil service community and civil service police department, and these guys earn this through the testing process. This is not handed to them. They had to work hard for this, and they deserve a round of applause for outstanding performance. For their families who are supporting them, because you're only as successful as your support system, and we all know what it is to be a police officer and be part of a police family, and they couldn't achieve this without your support, and we thank you for that. I'd like to recognize Bergen County Executive Under Sheriff Vince Martrone. True friend and a true colleague. Thank you, Vince, for your support. Guys, congratulations. Mayor and Council, I turn it back over to you.
Thank you, thank you. Anyone from the council wish to say something?
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Gentlemen, I think I've known most of you all of your lives, because you grew up here in Elmwood Park, and you're a lot younger than I am, so I've known most of you your whole lives. And to those that are, from other towns, I couldn't be more proud to make this commitment tonight to you, to your rank, your raising of rank, because our community several years ago, we had fewer police officers, we had more crime. Now, I'm not saying that the crime hasn't gone down, okay, but the fact is that we're now being a proactive police department versus a reactive police department. And people are scared to come through Elmwood Park now. And I'm so thankful for all that you all do, whether you're a detective, now going back onto the street, becoming another captain. The fact of the matter is, gentlemen, I couldn't be more proud of you. And I got to be honest with you, I'm sitting in a seat that was once held by Mr. Bob Kasai. And we had, and I honestly have to tell you, Mr. Kasai, that I am proud to see that your son has been promoted to his rank. I don't know, did you have a captain's rank when you were here? So he outranks you now in the household. So, but how proud of a moment has it been for you and your family to see your son get to the position that he's at? Just like all of you families out there, or you should all be proud of your husbands. Again, I just say congratulations to you all.
Thank you. Sigrid?
I just want to congratulate my Blue family. These promotions are very well deserved, all 5 of you, very well deserved promotions. You're a great group of guys. You've earned the respect of your fellow officers and most importantly of the community. I think I'm just going to reiterate what the chief said. You're at every community event I've ever been at, which is all of them. Mike Kasai, I think I've known you 24 years now. Very well deserved promotion for you, and thank you guys for all you do. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to congratulate all of you for your promotions tonight. You all have gone above and beyond, and that's why you're here tonight getting promoted. Elmwood Park, I've been here for 60 years. The best thing you can have in your community is to have safety, and each one of you give us that every day. Our police department is one of the best, and I'm just so proud of all of you. I'm proud of everything you do for us. And I just wish you continued success in your careers, and I thank you for all you do on a daily basis. And I know our community also thanks all of you. So be safe out there, keep up the good work, and our community is so very proud of all of you tonight. Thank you.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts and the residents of this town. You are one special set of police officers and the gentlemen that are standing next to you and supporting you, the whole team. Without you guys, this town would not be what it is. And to be honest with you, all our prayers and everything are with each and every one of you. I know your families are the same way. We wish you the best and take care of yourselves. Please be safe. Thank you.
I would like to wish much luck and success to all 5 officers. This is well-deserved, gentlemen. We are very proud of council, your families, yourselves, and certainly our community to have all of you with us. And we really appreciate all your years of service, and I wish you much, much luck in the future.
Everything my colleagues have said has been completely on point. There's probably something unique about every one of you that makes you a reason why you were promoted tonight, but I'm sure one common thread is that you've served with integrity, because integrity is probably one of the most important qualities in your line of work, and you would not be here if your career was not full of integrity every single day. Congratulations, good luck, and keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you. When everyone gave their congratulations, I'm afraid if Elmwood Park is safe tonight, all the cops are here. I don't know. I hope nothing happens. I hope you have your radios on. Anyhow, guys, congratulations. You deserve this promotion, and I wish you good luck. And as I say, make us look good. Hey, you be safe. Okay. Everybody say everything else. So just to say good luck. Okay, God bless all of you. Be safe.
Please rise while the colors are dismissed and stay standing until they leave the room, please. Thank you.
Forward. Left. 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 Left.
Chief.
See?
Okay, we take 5 minutes recess, please.
At this time, we will take a 5-minute break and reconvene.
To recreational facilities and so forth. Elmwood Park did not apply, to my knowledge, for these types of grants for many, many years. It was only 2 years ago that we had a project at Birchwood Avenue Park that we were getting funded through open space money, that I had posed the question to our former administrator. There's this thing called Green Acres, why aren't we taking advantage of it? It turned out that based on our position, our socioeconomic position and whatnot, we were in the category that is eligible for 25% funding of certain eligible projects. So, about a month or two ago, Councilwoman Ballesteri and I asked to have a meeting with the mayor, with our clerk, our borough administrator, our rec director, and our engineer, Alimo Engineering, to discuss possibilities and see what areas of town can we improve. One of the conversation turned to the marina, which is right opposite of the old high school entrance on River Drive. As many have seen before, a neighboring community of ours, Garfield, has done tremendous work alongside their riverfront over many years of careful planning and careful budgeting. One thing I'll say about their project kind of off the bat is they have different access to Green Acres funds based on their socioeconomic status and so forth. So they were able to get a lot more money faster than we ever would. So, we had a conversation. What do we envision the marina looking like? Right now, all we essentially have is a guardrail along that space there, an opening. I guess you could call it a makeshift parking lot because cars are able to park on it. We have a few benches that were installed a few years ago, but really no amenities and really an eyesore of sorts compared to what other communities have been able to accomplish along the Passaic River. So we asked our engineer, think big. Think of what you could do within that first space, the space that we can all see to the naked eye right across from the high school. And our engineer came back with a concept that was an estimate of about $1.5 million. Within that concept was removing the guardrail, putting up bollards instead of a guardrail, which is much more aesthetically pleasing. A sidewalk with some decorative components that would allow residents to walk alongside it. Decorative street lighting every 100 or 125 feet or so along that part that kind of mirrors what we have on Market Street, but not necessarily it would be up to us. Adding a dock or boardwalk of sorts off of the water to allow people to enjoy the sight of the river, fish, spend time with their family and friends, and whatnot. We looked into some more permanent structures, such as maybe smaller playgrounds and so forth, and our engineer quickly determined that because of many factors, but one being that that area occasionally does flood, that would not be a practical use. So we were at a project at $1.5 million. Green Acres covers only in Elmwood Park, we would only, if we were successful with the Green Acres application, they would only cover about 25% of the project. We met again, the same players that I mentioned earlier, and really looked at the project and scrutinized it closely, because $1.5 million is a lot of money. We said, can we get the same look? Can we get the same outcome for less money? And we started putting our heads together. The bollards were first estimated at, I think, about 5 feet, and we determined that it could safely be separated a little more, bringing the cost down. We asked our DPW superintendent to look at the distancing of the decorative streetlights out on Market Street to see how they compared to what was proposed in the engineer's estimate. That further brought the price down. We looked at this project extensively and got the estimate cost down to about $1 million. This is 900 and change, and then you have the contingency fee, which is your standard 10%. So where does that bring us? We have a concept and a vision. By applying to Green Acres, we will see whether this program would fund 25% of a project worth $1 million. At this point, we are not committing ourselves and saying that we're doing this project, we're putting this money in. Our first step is seeing how much grant money we can get. Then at that point, if we were happy with that, or could live with whatever that number was, hopefully 25%, then the borough would move forward and figure out how we finance the rest of it, more than likely through a bond process, because the Green Acres loan is just not as favorable as putting it on a bond. Parts of the project include, in order to getting the guardrail off and putting the sidewalk in, does require the removal of some trees. One of the first things I made clear to our engineer was that we must do everything to preserve existing trees and existing nature on that property. And the proposal took that into account as much as possible. After this project is done, we would at a bare minimum replace and replenish what had to be taken down for this area to be improved, if not do more. Moreover, I think one of the conversations we had is that we do have more room on our riverfront in other parts of Elmwood Park, namely across from the Twisted Elm property, where River Drive and River Road meet. There is a considerable amount of land back there, and then going all the way alongside the Markel property on River Road. You've got a problem kind of in between because there isn't that much land, but in our conversations with engineer, there is hope and promise that we will be able to connect those parcels if we ever did want to make this bigger and if this was a success for the community. This is, I think, phase one, step one, to really utilizing our full potential as a community that is in some cases fortunate enough to sit on a body of water or next to a body of water. As I said, this is our first step. We must send an application to the Green Acres program. They will respond to us whether they will give us 25%, 20, nothing, but it is our first step. Attached with the application will be an endorsement letter from both the Elmwood Park Planning Board and the Elmwood Park Advisory Board, which had the opportunity to review the same documents the council has in front of us and that we will send down to the Green Acres program. I'm personally optimistic about the opportunity that we have here. It is a first step, and when we send off this paperwork, it will be wait and see, but I think the people that were at the table and everyone that has been supportive of this deserves a lot of credit, because for many years, all you heard was, man, it would be nice to do something down at the marina. And I think we're finally taking concrete steps to do so. And in that process, of course, we welcome any public comment or suggestion along with that.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone from the public like to come up and speak to this, for this resolution? Only this resolution only.
If you can please state your name and address for the record.
Yes. Laura Tracy Cole, 41 Washington Avenue, Elmwood Park, New Jersey. Thank you for this plan. I believe it was done with good intentions. However, please do not cut down 19 trees in the marina. There has been significant cutting of the trees and no tree replacement since 2009. I don't know what it is with the fixation to go down there and cut the trees. I mean, I don't know what it is about cutting trees in Elmwood Park. We cut our own Christmas tree down twice. So please, there's a tree at the end of Washington Avenue that's just majestic. Loss of trees increases the heat, the direct sun, and the noise from Route 20. There's local festivals in the area, and that noise from those festivals has been an issue, and the tree removal will make it even louder. Removal of trees causes soil erosion. Already some areas of River Drive are collapsing into the river. Plus, the Patterson views show just people throwing garbage down the riverbanks on the Patterson side, and we really don't want to sit in a park and look at that. You should also note that, can I give these to you? There's one page about the Green Acres application, and then the second page is the pictures of the flooding. Yes, please. Thank you. This is from the local government assistant application for the Green Acres funds, the land acquisition and park development 2019. Part A, projects that have a significant impact on the natural resources, such as excessive tree cutting, are not eligible for the Green Acres program. So I didn't find your environmental assessment about how cutting the trees will affect that area, but like I said, it's pretty obvious that it would be a problem. So back to soil erosion. We all know that the river is in a floodway. In 2011 and 2012, the total marina was underwater and River Drive was underwater for several days. This disrupts all the businesses in the area. At one point, the traffic has to drive through the gas station until the waters rise too high, and then everything in River Drive closes and causes people to drive all over the town, and it's really a lot of commotion. We should be looking at a way to build berms to hold back that water and maybe raise River Drive. River Drive needs a lot of work. I think it's one of the most heavily trafficked roads in our town. So, it needs to be widened, it needs to be raised, but that's kind of another issue. But we should take steps in thinking of that whole big picture. In 2007, the whole river area was underwater for no particular reason. It had just rained heavily, and I don't know why the flood waters, the river was cresting and rose, and again, we were all stranded with no River Drive. The other thing is when the waters rise, you now will have underground wiring on your lampposts. I don't know if they're going to be able to, do that kind of thing in a flood zone where you're going to put underground wiring and it's going to get flooded, it's going to erode, it's going to corrode, the bolts are going to corrode, Garfield's lampposts don't get submersed for days on end. So you should be ready for that when you buy those kind of fixtures. So I would say please consider winding paths through the area around the trees. The guardrail is a real safety feature. I don't know if those bollards would be able to stop a truck, because there are trucks and tractor trailers that go down that street. You need a different lighting system. And that's really all I have to say. One more thing I would like to ask. We had a problem with a man with a boat rental down there. And I really sincerely hope that this ramp will not be used as a concession for people to rent boats, and then that kind of blocks everybody out in town from using the area. I don't know. I know the chief remembers that saga when we had, a man coming from another town renting boats there. So, we'd like to keep it. I would like to see it improved. It's my neighborhood. I really love it. And, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Cole. And I'll just say, I certainly appreciate your comments. And to go back, it was one of the first things that was said. We need to, do this design with the most minimal impact to the existing environment. And this is the concept that was brought back to us. Certainly, we'll impress upon them and tell them, is there a way you can do it without this? I'd be probably lying to say we could do this without cutting any single trees. I think that we would have to be realistic in that regard. But if we're at 19 and it would take just a little more careful work to get down to 10 or 8, that would be wonderful. And I think that's something that, everyone would be able to agree on. Just about trees in general in Elmwood Park, I certainly feel your pain, because that's something I've noticed too. And that's certainly something that our attitude will be changing on. Specifically, any borough property we own, something that we will do, and I've said this before and we have to follow through on it, is that whenever we do take a tree down, whether it's disease or whatever the reason is, comes on its own, it must be replaced. And in general, and this bothers me as a resident, on every street in town, you'll notice, especially on your street, when a tree comes down and just how naked your street looks for 3 or 4 days, and then you get used to it and everyone moves on, but no one replaces the tree. So I'm 1,000% with you on that. Again, this is like our baby step. There's going to be, we're probably going to have to wait many months to see what kind of money they're going to give us. At some point, our engineer is going to have to do more extensive work, like actually scoping everything out. So I'm sure there will be plenty more meetings. But I don't disagree with anything you said tonight, and our goal is to meet all those objectives and make that area better for everyone.
And may I suggest that we put up hardwood trees, because the fruitwood trees are soft, and that's why they're breaking on the boulevard. So you need a nice hardwood tree even if you put them across the street where the power lines aren't,
Mhm.
they could, rise up and really make the town look fantastic.
Right, and we need to get DEP approval on all of this stuff. And our engineer knows that, we know that, so it's not going to be a walk in the park with flooding and all those issues, so we'll take that all into consideration.
Thank you.
Anyone else wish to come out and speak about this resolution? No one? Okay, then I have a motion to close to the public.
Second. First by Wetchler, second by Ingwe. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Moving, Resolution R-117-19, State of New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection Green Acres Enabling Resolution, whereas the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection Green Acres Program provides loans and/or grants to municipal and county governments and grants to nonprofit organizations for assistance in the acquisition, development, and stewardship of lands for outdoor recreation and conservation purposes. And whereas the Borough of Elmwood Park desires to further the public interest by obtaining funding in the amount of $250,406.75 in the form of a $250,406.75 matching grant, and if available, a $0 loan from the state to fund the following projects: Elmwood Park Marina Development Project at a cost of $1,001,627. Now therefore, the Borough Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park resolves that Francesco A. Caramagna, or the successor to the office of mayor, is hereby authorized to A, make application for such a loan and/or such a grant. B, provide additional application information and furnish such documents as may be required. And C, act as the authorized correspondent of the above-named applicant. And whereas the state shall determine if the application is complete and in conformance with the scope and intent of the Green Acres Program and notify the applicant of the amount of the funding award. And whereas the applicant is willing to use the state's funds in accordance with such rules, regulations, and applicable statutes, and is willing to enter into an agreement with the state for the above-named project. Now therefore be it further resolved by the Borough Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that the mayor of the above-named body or board is hereby authorized to execute an agreement in any amendment thereto with the state known as the Elmwood Park Marina Development Project, that the applicant has its matching share of the project if a match is required in the amount of $751,220.25, that in the event the state's funds are less than the total project cost specified above, the applicant has the balance of funding necessary to complete the project, that the applicant agrees to comply with all applicable federal, state, and local laws, rules, and regulations in its performance of the project, and that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
May I have a motion to adopt the resolution?
First by Wetchler,
Second?
second by Council President Golubek. On roll call, Balistrary,
Yes.
Dombrowski, absent. Ingwe,
Yes.
Pellegrin,
Yes.
Wetchler,
Yes.
Council President Golubek.
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay, moving on to the consent agenda this evening, we have R-118-19, approval of payroll, R-119-19, approval of bills list, R-120-19, authorized current estimate number 10 and change order number 3, Fisher Tank Company, R-121-19, authorized vacation buybacks, R-122-19, authorized distribution of funds, R-123-19, appointment of firefighter Eric Vidal, company number 3, R-124-19, resignation of firefighter Joel Castillo, company number 1, R-125-19, appoint ASP counselor Alexandria Tambiro, Recreation Department, R-126-19, authorized execution of service agreement Rogut McCarthy LLC. R-127-19, authorized engineer's estimate number 1, Manor 2 Electric. R-128-19, authorizing the emergency purchase of a Snap-Tight HFX hose due to the January 30th, 2019 Mark Hal fire. R-129-19, authorized retroactive payment. R-130-19, authorized salary adjustment due to educational compensation, Police Department. R-131-19, authorized payment Eye of the Storm Wrestling LLC. R-132-19, authorized transfer of funds. R-133-19, authorized release of performance survey bond and cash bonds.
Mohammed Ahmed, Sarah Donuts LLC. R-134-19, oppose the Vegetative Management Response Act. R-135-19, resolution approving Elmwood Park Fire Department stipend program, fourth quarter compensation. R-136-19, authorize the execution of service agreement, NG Resources, Inc. R-137-19, obtaining services of Max Ban Real Estate Auction Co. R-138-19, authorize emergency standby, Fire Department and Ambulance Corps. R-139-19, authorize the execution of service agreement, Acacia Financial Group. R-140-19, approving consent agenda.
I have a motion on the consent agenda.
So moved.
First by Pellegrin, second by Wetchler. On roll call, Councilmembers Balistrary.
Yes on everything, but recuse on R-118-19 and R-130-19.
To confirm, R-118 and R-130,
Yes.
abstain? Okay, Dombrowski, absent. Ingui.
Yes on everything except 118-19 and 130-19.
Pellegrin.
Yes.
Wetchler.
Yes on everything except for R-118-19 on the payroll. I recuse myself because my husband's an employee of the borough. And R-129-19. Thank you.
Okay, Council President Golubek.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Had 3 votes. 118, 19, 103.
Because Joe's not here.
You only have 2 votes.
Well, then the mayor has to vote.
Okay, so going back to resolution R-118-19, being that there are only 2 voting council members, I would like to ask the mayor.
Frank's got to vote.
You only have 2 votes.
Majority of the voting members.
Majority voting.
Right, so you're
The mayor doesn't vote.
Have to vote.
Okay, you know what?
It's not time.
I'll vote for the payroll.
No. Can you just explain?
It's only because of Harry. You guys got to do it.
You have.
Recuse on Harry Wexler's check.
Yeah,
You have an
that's what I'm saying, but there's no check for Harry Wetchler.
Vote yeah, vote yes,
Well, that's what I just said.
but recuse on his name.
Okay.
I would do that.
Ready, Aaron?
We would do a remotion.
Okay, can I have a remotion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
First by Pellegrin,
Second.
second by
Wetchler.
Wetchler. On roll call, council members Balistrary.
Yes, but recuse on 118-19 and 130-19.
Okay, Dombrowski, absent. Councilmember Ingui.
Yes, but recuse on 118-19 and 130-19.
Pellegrin.
Yes.
Wetchler.
Yes. Yes to everything on R-118-19. Just recuse on my husband's check, Harry Wetchler.
There you go.
And yes to the rest.
That's good.
That's what we'll do from there.
And also 129.
Yes, please.
Okay, Council President Golubek.
Yes.
That's what I'll do from now on.
Motion carries. Mayor, this concludes my portion of the meeting.
Okay, let's have our council report. Yes.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for staying. Homeowners meeting was on February the 27th at 7 o'clock at the senior center. A new business came to Gemini Insurance Group, gave a presentation of the insurance policy and everything to us, and asked if anybody would like to come over and have their policy, reviewed or anything. They're welcome to come in. They're located at 283 Market Street. Tomorrow is the bus ride to Sands Casino. It's $30, and you get back $35 in cash. Seats are still available. The next trip to the Sands would be on Friday, April the 26th. It leaves the rec center at 10 o'clock, returns to the rec center at 7:30 at night. Cost of the trip is $30 per person. You receive a cash voucher for $35. If you're interested, please call Linda Calabini at 201-966-7694. You can make the seats, you reserve seats for the bus. The next homeowners meeting will be April the 24th, 7 p.m. in the senior citizens. Thank you.
Thank you. Want to go this way?
I have progress. Nothing to report now. Simple.
Okay.
Nice and easy.
Okay.
You want me?
Okay, the DPW,
Okay.
DPW, the sweepers out sweeping daily in each section. There, as far as signs, there were 3 stop signs that were knocked down and repaired. Stigma-free signs are still going up. There's one on the Recreation, on the Boulevard, River Drive in front of the high school, and so there will be more going up. As far as the roads, prisoners were in recently and cleaned around Route 80 above Van Riper Ave across from the municipal building. And the Recreation, baseball, the basketball season is ending. Playoffs are taking place this week. Camp registration opens March 25th. That's early registration. It runs from May 25th to April 19th. The cost of camp is $450. Early bird is $425 for the season. Easter egg hunt, April 13th, is at 10 a.m. sharp. If it rains, it's canceled. Elmwood Park Day, June 1st. There will be food, rides, and 2 bands will be performing. We also received an open space grant for the all-inclusive section of Cherry Hill Park. The amount is $129,175. Baseball opening day will be April 6th. Softball opening day is April 13th. Stigma-free meetings were on Thursday nights. It will now be changed and moved till Tuesday evenings. Tuesday, April 16th at 6 p.m. will be their next meeting. Progress, Mayor.
Thank you. Would you say it was Elmwood Park Day?
That's what I've
Right.
gotten in my...
Just to clarify, it's same as Community Day, okay? They're changing the name, I guess.
Well, it's something that we're going to discuss at the next work meeting.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My Board of Health update. The rabies clinic will be held May 15th from 5 to 7 p.m. at Firehouse Number 4 on Mola Boulevard, and their next meeting will be April 1st at 7 p.m. My police update. I'm happy to report that 5 speed monitoring signs were able to be purchased. We currently have 1. The total cost for these signs is $15,000. We have some streets that need to have these signs permanently placed, and a couple of them will be rotated. These signs will help remind drivers to obey the speed limit, and this will keep everybody much safer. Also on the police front, up by Route 4, the DOT will be placing permanent fencing by the dividers to force pedestrians to cross at the crosswalks. Unfortunately, there have been fatalities crossing the Route 4 area, which we all know. This fencing will help to save lives, so we're very happy about that. On Thursday, April 25th at 7 p.m., the police department will be having their 2nd annual meet and greet. The chief and I started this last year, and it was a great night. Our residents got to meet our police personnel and ask questions and learn valuable safety information. So save the date and come be a part of this special evening. And that's it. Progress, Mayor.
Thank you, thank you. Mr. Goloback.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilman Dombrowski was with us earlier for the police swearing in. He had surgery a week ago, so he wasn't 100% and went home. So I will be giving his report. I guess I will start off by advertising this event, which will be held on April 7th at the Recreation Center, Rescue Mania. This is an effort by all the different school PTOs within the town to create a nice event using amateur pro wrestlers to put on a show. The proceeds, to my knowledge, will be split between the different organizations, the fire department, the PBA, the DPW, and the ambulance corps. I know the town, the town are involved in this effort and will be subsidizing some of the cost. It'll be a great event. Obviously, we went through a lot with our fire department, a lot of things in town, and this event will be a nice last event to really kind of capture everything that happened and give one last big thank you to all of our volunteers and heroes. So I encourage everyone to attend. Signs will be all over town, I'm sure. And we look forward to that. For the month of February, the Elmwood Park Fire Department responded to 60 calls, totaling approximately 586 man-hours. The Elmwood Park Fire Department members trained for a total of 142 man-hours for the month as well. As of Wednesday, March 20th, 79 days into the new year, the Elmwood Park Fire Department responded to 137 calls to date. This is almost 2 calls a day. The Fire Prevention Bureau has a limited number of smoke detectors left. These smoke detectors are for seniors. Any senior needing a smoke detector, please come to the Fire Prevention Office. Proof of residency is required and is only one per household. These detectors are not combination smoke CO. They are smoke detectors only. Residents are reminded carbon monoxide is an odorless, tasteless gas. At minimum, you should have one CO detector outside your sleeping area. On behalf of the Fire Commissioner, Mr. Dombrowski, and the Fire Department, they want to thank the community for their outpouring of generosity and support for all to the emergency services over the past few weeks. If anyone has any questions or needs further information on home, office, or business fire safety, please call the Fire Prevention Office at 201-796-1457, extension 221. So that's on behalf of the councilman and his fire report. The Board of Education will be holding a meeting on March 26, 2019. For the residents that do not know, your tax bill is divided up into 4 distinct areas: the county, the municipality, us, the Board of Education, and then a much smaller portion, the library. Roughly, the borough is responsible for 25 to 30%, give or take, of your tax bill, with the school being a majority of that chunk, of the rest of it. The mayor and council does not have any input other than being able to speak with the Board of Education at meetings and informally as to their budget. My understanding is the budget as proposed, and this was confirmed by Superintendent Iachetti this morning at a department head meeting, would be a 2% increase on the tax levy, roughly a $95, $96 amount on the average assessed household. To reiterate kind of what was in the Governor Murphy's budget address, because the governor and the legislature have seem to have put school funding, equitable school funding, high on their priority list, the governor's proposed budget has Elmwood Park state aid going from $8.4 million last year to about $9.8 million for the current year. This is a 17% increase, which is significant when you compare it to other towns in Bergen County and in the state of New Jersey. Last year, we had received, I think, $2.5 million or so. So this number is rising. Why is the number rising? Well, there's a formula that indicates all of these things, but really it all comes down to, in my opinion, and I think there's a lot of truth to this, is that Elmwood Park for many years did not approve budgets. Our budgets were not rising to the level of other towns, so when many years later they look at formulas and look at how many students you have and your special education population and so forth, and how much money you're working with, Elmwood Park was considered very much below under adequacy spending. And now that the state is committed to making sure all districts are at some point at adequacy spending, and also at the same time going to districts who have a lot of aid and with declining enrollments, trying to get that money spread out in a fair way, and Elmwood Park is finally getting its fair share, and it's a beautiful thing. And I encourage the residents to attend your Board of Education meetings to make sure that this money is going into the line items, into the areas that you believe in, that will have the most impact on academics, will have the most impact on test scores, which leads into home values in our community as a whole. It's all a trickle effect, and we have to stay involved. So that the monthly meeting will be March 26th. Typically, on the borough's end, we would introduce our municipal budget in March. Because of a combination of just the state being behind on some aspects of budgeting that I'm not fully versed on, but this is from the auditor and our CFO, as well as our own situation where we had a pretty serious cyber situation a few months ago that kind of halted the work in progress of our financial department for a certain amount of time. We'll be introducing in April and adopting the budget in May, which is fine and completely kosher. I don't want to get into the specifics at this time because we're not introducing it. It does appear that the operating budgets of most, if not all of our departments will stay flat, if not go down for this year compared to last year. And I think the residents will be very pleased with what tax impact, if any, the borough has this year on your municipal tax bill. So stay tuned. There will be more information about that, but we are heading in a good direction. We had very positive meetings this morning with our auditor, Mr. Wilcox, Mr. Rigatano, our CFO, and all the major players, and we're moving in the right direction on that. R13719 is the borough bringing on a gentleman to look into our tax liens and see if they could be auctioned off for any type of considerable money. We have a handful of properties, about 4 or 5 properties, a majority of which are environmentally challenged, that have some of which have enormous tax liens, meaning for years, whoever the owner is has not paid the taxes. And what has happened over those years is that the borough on those properties still had to send the county their money, still had to send the Board of Education their money, and the library whenever it was applicable. So we kept sending money out because we're the collector of all the taxes in town, but we weren't getting our piece of it. So we will be working with this individual to seeing whether we can resolve some of these liens, because for years we've been getting nothing. And it's a win-win twofold if the numbers are right. We get an infusion of money that we haven't seen in years, and we can either put that into the budget, put that into surplus, or put that towards a worthy project. And number two, once that happens, these properties get back on the tax rolls. Whoever takes over these liens, whoever starts dealing with these properties, will have to start paying taxes just like every other property owner in town. So it's a win-win. I'm happy we engaged with our tax collector on this subject, and I'm sure there'll be more information coming on this topic in the future. With that, I think we had a good meeting, kept moving the ball forward on issues, and progress, Mayor. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. On March 5th, I was honored to be a special guest of Governor Phil Murphy and his wife Tammy in Trenton during his budget address. Governor Murphy has been very generous to us. I'm very happy with this guy. He's good to Elmwood Park. So I already, Councilman Goldback told you about the money that we've been receiving since last year. I think it's good news. This morning we had department head meetings, and the meeting was really very informative, very well, and I think we'll move forward. I think the chief said we should have this every month, and all the people should be able to participate. It's a very important meeting. We get a lot of information. We make also department heads do the job. The potholes, for example, they're working on it right now. You should be happy. You're not going to get flat tires for a while. Today at 12:30, I was invited to go to the county in Hackensack to celebrate the Greek Independence Day. It was a nice celebration. At the end, they gave us some food, so it was really good. I guess you guys have everything else I want to say. Very happy with everyone. Attorney, you have something to add to this? No? Thank you, sir. And Mr. Attorney, I have to tell you, I'm very proud of you. You guide us in the right direction. I'm very happy to have you with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief, anything to add?
Progress.
Progress? Okay, now, may I have a motion to open the floor to the public?
So moved. Second.
If anyone from the public who wish to approach us and say anything you want. Kenny, we miss you, Kenny. What have you been?
I got big palms in the town.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Take it easy, one at a time.
I got a lot of interesting palms, and I'm happy the chief is here because it was a lot of issues that police should have seen.
If you don't mind stating your name
Yes,
and address.
My name's Kenneth Arabia, 34 Locust Street, Elmwood Park. Chief and councilmen and council ladies, we have big problems in town. We have traffic, unbelievable, around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon doing on Locust Street and Mulberry Street. Very bad traffic. And sometimes we have 2 cars. We have a one lane road on Locust Street. Meanwhile, there's cars going on the side of the road, and they have 2 lanes road they're making it. And he almost got hit today with the car was coming out, the second car. The guy behind you.
The guy behind me? I got hit, almost hit today?
Yeah, so that's.
Well, that happens often, but,
But I just saying that he came on behind, he came
okay.
on the wrong side of the road, he came right around and turned the car on the way down, instead of going this way. You know, this way. And he went that way. And there's always, now, this is not the first time. I've seen it twice already. And one was a New York plate car, and he was racing. He was racing on local street, all the way down, and he came to the stop sign, and he cut over the other lane and got around and went backward that way. So everybody was cutting the line. And the line is like unbelievable. It goes all the way down to the end of the street to up to local street and down on Mulberry Street. And it's like murder. A lot of cars. I think we got more traffic now than we had before. I see a lot more traffic on the roads. And 5:30 at night, tell me one thing. You need to hear a bus beeping the horn and beeping because they want to get through the traffic? That's what you're hearing at 5:30 at night sometimes. And the New Jersey Transit bus. I've seen it, doing it. And another thing, we still have a lot of cars turning down Milker Street, going the wrong way. I've seen a couple of times this, a lot. And I keep telling them many times, I say, turn around, it's a one-way street, don't go down. They don't listen. And I tell them many times. And there were about, I say easy, about 6 or 7 cars I've seen so far this week doing it. And I keep saying, no, don't do it. And then I find one car, he turned down and he went and parked in front of my house. And I said to him, you know, you went down a one-way street. You know that? I said, you don't know. Like you didn't know.
All right, Ken, can I ask you to do us a favor?
Yes.
If you see these things occurring, can you please call the police desk?
All right.
We'll send an officer out there immediately to address it. And we'll pay a little bit more attention to that area anyway.
Yeah,
It's
please,
best
because
that
you don't, I don't.
If you see it going on,
May I tell you
please
one
call us
thing?
immediately.
May I tell you one thing?
Yes.
I don't see no police cars.
Nowhere?
Nowhere. And another thing, please,
Tell me.
don't forget to tell the people who get off duty at midnight, don't waste the police car on Mulberry Street to go on the parking lot.
Don't do what?
They're racing the cars.
Racing them?
Yes, to get to the parking lot to get off duty.
I will speak to the officers. There's no shifts that end at midnight, so I'm not sure what you're talking about.
But there is a car that goes in the parking lot around before midnight, I would say maybe 11:30, something like that. And the car, his number is, I know the number is 613. I mean 616. It's 616, it's the car, that's car.
Maybe it's another police department, because our cars are all 4 and then a number.
No, I
You don't have
mean,
any-
I mean, 416, that's it.
416?
Yes,
I will look into it first thing tomorrow.
yes, that's the car number, 416.
You got it.
And it's a car, you know me, the regular older car.
Not an SUV.
No, the car. And he's like, gets home duty very fast, and he tries to race in to get down in the parking lot. And you know our parking lot is not that quick.
Yes.
And if they speed in our parking lot,
Not good.
not good. And especially we got a small parking lot.
Okay,
Now.
Kenny. Thank you, Kenny. Kenny,
And
I
one
want,
more thing, Mayor,
go ahead.
what happened to our sound barriers on Route 80?
The sound barrier, we're still talking about, I supposed to, yeah, I have notes here. I spoke to the governor one more time, and they take their time. I think it requires a lot of money, and right now, I don't know the answer, but I have a letter. They say they will do it, so
Okay,
let me ask you a question before you go. How is your grandma?
you're doing good.
I was very happy to go to,
That's
by your
why
house
she's 100
and give
years
her a
old.
certificate. She celebrated 100 years old.
And
God
she's
bless
down.
her. God bless her.
And she needs to be a crossing guard.
God bless her. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Anyone else wants to approach us? Bench? No? Then, I guess,
Motion to close.
close to the public? Have a motion?
So
Second.
moved.
All in favor?
First by Ingwe, second by Wetchler. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I should repeat this again. Remember, this meeting is being videotaped. It will be on Cablevision Channel 77 on Mondays, 3 p.m., Thursdays, 11:30 a.m., Fridays, 10 a.m. The video will be also available at the Borough website, www.elmwoodparknj.us. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
First Wetchler, second Pellegrin. All in favor?
Good night, everybody. Thank you for
Meeting's adjourned
attending.
at 9:31 p.m.
Bye-bye.
Good night.